So I've been watching this off and on when I couldn't find something else to watch, and the finale came out today, and I finished watching it about 10 minutes ago, and man, this show is pretty good all the way through, man. Like Walking Dead to me went to garbage, the regular show, like years ago. Like I stopped watching it, and then what was that other one where it was this family and the kid was a wannabe drug dealer and they had some piece of ass brunette on there or something, and that one went to hell too. That one is just, I don't know, but this show with Negan and Maggie, I have to say, is it's pretty damn good all the way through for a Walking Dead show. I have I'd say a few nitpicks, not really complaints. The main thing about this show that I like is the story is decent. We don't have any woke bullshit or any other crap on here. This it's just a good show, basically all the way through. All right, let me put spoil. I always forget to put this damn spoiler thing. All right. So I would recommend, if you want a good Walking Dead show to see, that this one is actually pretty decent. It does have some of the stupid bullshit though that the other ones had, which I'm going to get into. So if you do want to watch it, please come back later after you've watched the whole thing if you want to see the review. Then otherwise, I've posted spoilers here. So okay, so the plot of this show is Maggie's kid got kidnapped by this guy that used to work for Negan when he was running his compound or whatever. He was like Negan's enforcer. And Maggie is bringing Negan with her to go get her son back from this guy. And it's a trade-off. Like she's going to trade Negan for her kid. So the first couple of episodes is them like getting to New York, and they're wandering around, and then they meet some people, and a bunch of crap happens. There's people dying from zombies as usual and everything. The first couple of episodes, the people are fighting zombies smartly. Like it's kind of a first for Walking Dead, because the first couple of episodes, I was like, okay, well, they're just killing them and stuff. They're not doing stupid shit. And then we get to I think it was episode 5, maybe 4 or 5. It's towards the end there where they get into where they're supposed to trade for Maggie to get her kid back. And they get tricked by this guy, and they're in this like MMA arena thing, and they flood it with zombies. Okay, this is one of my most irritating things about Walking Dead. This is why I stopped watching originally. Okay, so it's been years now. Okay, so people, you cannot tell me that people are not aware of zombies and how to fight them and what to do. Okay, it's been fucking years. Years of this, for years, years of this shit that they've been doing this. And they did the same stupid fucking cliched thing. So Maggie's trying to lead these people, and Negan is just killing them already and running around and stuff, basically. And Maggie's like, we need to get into the ring and all this. And then all the people start running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And they're trying to kill who they can and get as many kills as they can. And then, of course, they all zerg one person and kill that person. And then they all zerg this other person. They always do the same stupid thing. Oh, God, that just really irritates me on this show. They always do that. Every fucking episode of Walking Dead, they always do that. They get in a big panic and run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Most of them die, and then some of them can't figure out how to just to kill these things. So they finally get into this MMA arena, and it's a fence that you can see through, like a chain link fence. So she locks it up with her belt, and they're in a safe thing in there, and all the zombies are coming up. So, okay, we're in a controlled environment where we can kill these fuckers. So they start killing them a little bit. And then what does Maggie do? This is so stupid, this part. Okay. Maggie says, take those things off the corners. And on all the corners is these padded benches, these padded bench things. And they're trying to use those as shields. And I'm thinking, you stupid fucks. You're in a cage. Just kill the goddamn things. It may take you a while, but they can't get in there. Why would you leave that and go out there and risk your life? So sure enough, they run out of there, and they're trying to act like gladiators with these things like their shields. And guess what happens? A couple of them get zerged and die. Another person gets zerged and die. And Maggie and Negan and a couple of them run off. And then some poor lady that got pulled, that wasn't even bitten, they just leave her for dead. They could have saved that lady. She was right there. They're just like, nope, you're dead, bitch. They just left her for dead and ran off. And that is probably my biggest complaint is that scene. It is just the same retarded. I just don't understand after years of this how you cannot portray people accurately in a smart manner, kill these things. God. I'm sorry, it just really pisses me off, that shit. So, besides that scene, the rest is pretty good. I love Negan on here, man. I really like it. This is like Negan on steroids, man. So the other thing I want to bring up too is they introduced marshals into this. So there's this marshal guy, and he has a wanted poster of Negan. And I'm thinking, well, is there a government? Who are these marshals from? What the fuck is this shit? They don't explain that even at the end. It's kind of like, I'll get to that later on. So this marshal guy, he tracks Negan to New York with Maggie, and then there's this one episode where they're fighting it out, and then Negan kills a lot of them, but saves this kid, and then they take this kid hostage. And then the marshal guy's like trying to get the kid back, but then these other losers come out of nowhere, and they're holed up in this thing. Now, this episode I liked. This was funny as hell. So they capture Negan and Maggie and one of the kids that's trying to be like a, I don't know what you call him, like a junior ranger or something. It was just, I don't know what that kid is, Boy Scout or some stupid bullshit. And these other people capture them. So they take them hostage into this building. And these people, they don't have guns. They have power or nail guns, basically, that they modified. And then they have rip-off Mando hook things that they can shoot in people's legs. It's just... I'm that part I just overlooked, but it was stupid. Like, why would you have those stupid things? Anyways, so Negan, they realize Negan and Maggie are like these horrible people, and they start trying to work with them, and they're telling them like, hey, I'm trying to get my son, and we're trying to get out of here and all this. And they're like, okay, well, we can help you to take you to your son and all this. And now this scene I found hilarious. So there's this one dude. Well, actually, I better backtrack a little before I explain this part. So what happens is this other group of people try to invade these people where Negan and them are with, and they're having like this turf war or something, and they're getting owned horribly. And then Negan like takes control of these people and is like leading them, and it's like the Saviors all over again. And they start like kicking ass and doing all this. And then Negan's on this balcony, and he has this guy hostage. And I guess he was like either the son or the brother of that guy, or I can't remember. He was related to some guy, the leader guy. And then Negan goes on like a 10-minute rant about that this dude in the apocalypse has a rat's tail. And it's one of the funniest scenes ever, and everybody's confused. Like, why is this guy going on about a rat's tail? And Negan, it was just pure Negan, man. He's just like, you got a lot of balls, and it's a ballsy move to have a rat's tail in this apocalypse, you know, like that is some real redneck shit and all this. And then the guy's like, who cares? What do you want? And he's like, well, I want to teach you fucks a lesson or whatever. So instead of negotiating, he cuts this dude's throat. And then the people in the balcony, like they act like they're gonna run up there, and he says, no, don't do it. I'm gonna stab him again. And then like they like freeze. And then he brings the guy to the balcony, and he takes the knife and runs it down his chest, and his like guts come out and everything. And then Negan throws this dude on top of them, and the guy's like fucking intestines and bullshit are like flying all over these people and stuff. And then they get freaked out and leave. It was that was pretty fucking good. And then later on, Negan is like in the kitchen trying to get food or something. I can't remember what he was doing in there. And there's this one huge black guy that just fucking hates Negan, man. He just fucking has it out for him. And it's funny because he's like, I knew you were a fuck up and all this, and you think you can lead us, and you got these people killed and all this. And then he goes and gets in a fight with this guy, and they're like duking it out. And then Negan sees there's this like, I don't know what that was, like some sort of a coat rack thing or something on the ground. And then he uses everything that he like in his power to get, because this guy's like overbearing him. And he ends up throwing this guy back, and then he punches him and knocks him. He gets him off kilter, and this guy's head falls on this. I don't know what that was, like some sort of a thing you would put a coat hanger or a lamp or something, some kind of a pole that something would stand something up in. And that dude's just fucking dead. And Negan killed that dude. And they don't show how he hid that guy. At least I don't remember how he hid that guy. And then it was funny the next morning because those people are like, oh, what happened to this guy? Where'd he go? And all this. And then Negan like made up this bullshit thing. And he's like, oh, that guy had a weak constitution, and he wasn't cut out for this life and all this stuff. And they just like totally buy his bullshit. And then Maggie, like they cut to Maggie, and she like goes with him to this room or whatever, and she fucking knows that he killed this dude. Like, it was just so obvious. And like they don't say anything, but you can just see like she just fucking knew that killed that guy. And then later on, it's confirmed because she finds the food that the guy had or whatever. She knew it was that guy's. And then Negan was just like, hey, shit happens or whatever. So anyways, we'll skip to the last episode because the last episode is pretty good. So this is it. That she's getting ready to go turn Negan over to this guy. And they're going up these stairs and they're looking at each other. And then they're just like, they stop. And then like Maggie realizes he's going to try to kill her or something. And then her and Maggie, they start fighting it out, man. And they just have like this brutal fight. And then he knocks Maggie down, if I remember right. And then he's like running off and he's like throwing all these zombies at her. And she's like having to fight all these zombies to get to where Negan is. And then she gets to where Negan is. And then Negan's like, you don't have to do this. We can work something out. Like, I can lead these people and we can get you. Like, he's just trying to do the whole savior thing all over again. And then her and Maggie are fighting again. And they're on like this, I don't know what that was. Some sort of a crane that holds like barrels or something. And then Maggie like gets a good move in on him. She stabs him in the left shoulder or something, and Negan's like fucked up, but then he backhands her. And she flies off like just, man, like I was like, wow, like she just like fucking flies, and then she lands on this thing below, but she's like fucked up. And then Negan jumps down doing a power move with the knife to fucking get the killing blow, and she rolls down onto this thing. And then the people that want Negan show up, and then Negan is distracted from that. Then Maggie gets her knife and puts it to his throat. And then they cut to the scene where they do the trade. Now, this ending, I liked most of it, but some of this is like, I know what they're trying to do. So anyways, they make the trade. So Maggie gets her son back, and then Negan goes like with those people or whatever. And then this is the other thing is Maggie would not be having sympathy for fucking Negan. She fucking hates Negan. Like, it was so stupid. She spent the whole episode trying to kill him. And then all of a sudden, she's like, now that she gets her son back, and she's like, oh, well, I need to see this through, and I need to go and get Negan back and all this. And this is the other thing too, is her Glenn would be so disappointed with this kid, man, because this kid is like a total shit. The kid is just like this emo fucking cunt to her. And there's no reason for it. The plot, okay, like I could understand the kid complaining to her about being held ransom or whatever. You know what the kid's complaint is? The kid's complaint is that Maggie doesn't see him as a person. It's not that he was held hostage and beaten and had horrific things done to him. It's that Maggie doesn't see him. And I'm like, fuck this kid, man. Fuck him. What a piece of what an ungrateful shit. So Maggie's like all depressed about the kid and all. I'm just like, that stuff was just really crappy writing, that part of it there. And then, like I said, her and the kid have this talk. And then it's like I said, she's like, I'm going to go get Negan back. I need to follow these through and all this crap. And then that's the last you see of that. So that they're like setting it up because now Maggie suddenly wants to save Negan for some god-awful reason that they don't explain or anything on here. Not even a moral reason. Because Negan explains too, and Maggie didn't know this. So, by the way, I can't remember if this girl was on The Walking Dead or not. There's some girl that's like, I don't know if she's deaf or can't talk or what it was. But Negan like cares for her. He like it's his new kid or something, and he feels bad for this girl. So the girl is trying to save Negan, and then Negan's like, I'm not a good guy and all this. And then she's like, oh, you're a good person. I know it. I'm gonna save you and all this. And he's like, no, you can't save me this time. And then he tells her that he killed her parents. And that's why he feels bad for her. And he goes on this long thing about how he killed them and all this. And Maggie's just like, you fucking prick. Like, I knew you killed them and all this. And then, I don't know, it was just this like drawn out thing where they're like, I don't know. I guess they were trying to make it like, oh, Negan is a good guy now or something. I don't know where they were trying to go with that. So then we cut to Negan with the guy that used to be the savior, torturer guy there, the guy that would get his enforcer guy or whatever that would get answers out of people. And this guy on the left here. And him and Negan are in the ambulance and they're reminiscing about all of this crap. And then this lady that's running this thing, and it's not that guy. So he brings Negan to this opera lady, and this opera lady is like, I want you to bring the saviors back because there's parts of New York that you can run. And there's another government forming or something, and you can be your true self again and all of this stuff. And Negan is just like, what the fuck? I thought you were going to kill me. But no, it was just this lady. They don't show her on here. Let me see if it's this opera lady that's like, is this her? Let me see. Yeah, this lady.
Close it up one time. Sure. Grip it.
This lady here, she's running New York because of women power for some reason, which I never understood that. That was stupid. It was like she's holed up in like some opera theater, and that guy, Negan's enforcer, brings it to this lady, and this lady is like, how would you like to run New York, upper New York, and all this? And I see where they're going with this. They're setting it up where Negan, I don't know if he's going to be Negan again or if he's going to take those people and lead them against this lady. I would probably watch this, to be honest, because it wasn't that bad. Like, the worst part of this show was that MMA scene with the zombies. Everything else is, it's really a decent show. I was kind of surprised. I mean, this is probably the first Walking Dead show that I've liked in a long time. I mean, it's just been so shitty for the longest time. But that's the ending, basically, is that lady's telling Negan about, I need you to go and run upper New York. And then Maggie, like I said, that was a stupid thing with Maggie, because Maggie would not do that. Like, all of a sudden, Maggie wants to save Negan now. It's like, what kind of stupid bullshit is this? It's besides that thing, I mean, I'll take that crap over woke shit any days. But the thing with the opera lady did seem kind of woke a little bit, because how is that stupid lady running the things when that guy should be running the show? Because the whole time you're like, Negan's enforcer guy is running this thing. But no, it's this opera lady. And then there's like a lot of other things too, where I'm like thinking, how does this lady even know where Negan was or anything, or know about Negan besides that guy, the savior guy? Like, why would he even bring that up to her about bringing Negan after Negan nearly killed him? And like I said, it's not a perfect show, but it is watchable. I'll give them that. I was able to watch all 6 episodes from beginning to end at one time. There wasn't times where I had to turn it off because it was so bad and try it later when I didn't have something to watch. I mean, it was a decent show, man. It really was. I was pleasantly surprised. At the end, they showed the trailer. There's going to be a Daryl Dixon show, which may or may not be good. You don't know. I might actually watch that too, because if it's like how this one is, I don't understand why we had to wait years to get a show like this that was decent. You know, like it didn't make sense to me. Like but then again, it had the same plot hole, running in circles like chickens with your head cut off, dying to fucking zombies because you're stupid fucks. Anyways, there you go. It's a decent show. Those are my only complaints with it. I went through it. Everything else is pretty good. The fighting is good. The action is good. And I don't understand the Rangers things, how you have a Rangers in Apocalypse. But, I should probably talk about that too. So at the ending, they show the Ranger. The Ranger returns to, I don't know where I forget what it was. It was La Bonita or something, some town. There was some town. I don't remember the name of the town but it was some town, and he went in there, and he's being interrogated by, guess what? Another fucking woman in charge. God forbid we have a man leading the charge, but that's what I'm assuming now. She could be second in charge for all I know. But anyways, so this lady is interrogating the Ranger guy, and the Ranger guy lies to her, and he's like, oh yeah, I killed Negan. Negan is dead. Don't worry about that. And then she's just like, well, I don't care so much about Negan as I do about the methane. Tell me about the methane and the gas and all this. And I'm like, what is this? Another subplot thing? Like, what, they're gonna go? Okay, that was another subplot that I forgot to bring this up. Negan's enforcer has somehow figured out how to use zombie bodies to make power, because he's taking, I guess, methane from their bodies or gases from their body, and it's powering things. It was I don't think that was very believable, to be honest. I don't think that would work, but in theory, I mean, it could work in theory, but other than that, that was the end. The Ranger guy was telling her, and she was like, tell me about the methane or whatever. So I don't know what those people think they're going to do, because they would need Negan's enforcer guy to be alive to explain to them how he's taking dead bodies and making power with it. Anyways, that's that. Decent show. Those are my complaints. That's it, really. All right, thanks for watching.